So the recording has begun. This is day 1, week 8 of our journey together, and it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here. Today is definitely Monday. Okay, Monday, the 22nd of August. So that's Monday, the 22nd of August, 2022. The subject is mathematics. The topic, so rather the theme is mathematical concepts, and we're going to be in section 1 today. So the last time we were here, we dealt with order of operations, which is basically PEMDAS, okay, showing that um, that you first do deal with parentheses, then you deal with exponents, then you deal with multiplication or division, then you deal with addition or subtraction. Today we're going to begin looking at applying, right? Applying fundamental mathematical terminology. Sorry, let me put this down here. Yeah, so we're going to begin with applying fundamental mathematical terminology. Okay, so when I say that, I mean very simple terms that that we probably are familiar with. Some of us are, some of us may not be familiar with them. But we're gonna first I'm gonna define it, all right? And then after I define it, then I am also, after we finish the definitions, then we're gonna actually apply it with some questions, okay? So the first one, and I'm gonna ask Sierra to define this term. The first term that we're gonna be looking at is difference. Difference. What do we mean by difference? Sierra.
The difference means to subtract, to
Yeah, it
take away
means,
from.
okay, it means to subtract. So this is the result we obtain when we subtract two numbers. Okay, that's the difference. That's the first mathematical term. All right, difference. And then we have another mathematical term. I'm going to ask Jonathan, what do we mean by sum? What is sum? Jonathan, what do we mean by sum?
Sum
Yes,
means the answer to an addition.
very good. So this is the result we obtain when we add two numbers. That's the sum. Deja, what do you mean by product?
That's the answer you get when you multiply two factors.
You multiply two factors. I
Two
like that.
numbers.
Yeah. So this is the result we obtain when we multiply two numbers. I don't have to be two numbers. I hate to say two numbers, but numbers in general. Okay? Because even if it's more than two, you still call it a product. The answer, we still call it a product. So we have sum, difference, and product. These are the definitions. All right. I should say when we multiply, when we add, subtract. Yeah, so subtract two numbers. Yeah, so yeah, we could have that over. So when we hear difference, okay, when we hear difference, sorry, when we hear difference, I want us to think subtraction, okay. When we hear sum, I want us to think addition. When we hear product, I want us to think multiplication. All right. So just better than mine. So for difference, think subtraction. For sum, think addition. For product, think multiplication. All right. All right. Um, okay, so let's actually do an example of it. So example. So what if I say um, find the difference between the sum of 938 and 841 and the product of 27 and 65. Okay, so that's the question right there. Okay, all right, so for this one, they want us to find the difference between the sum of 938 and 841 and the product of 27 and 65. Okay, so here we got to be very careful, right? We see sum, okay? So when we see sum, what should we be thinking? Albernique, when we see sum,
Adding.
adding, very good. So um we're gonna find the sum of 938 and 841. That's the first thing we're gonna do. So we have, remember they said sum, so obviously we're going to be adding, okay? So we have 938 and 841. We add them together. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 3 is 7. 9 plus 8 is what? What is 9 plus 8?
17.
17. Very good. Okay, so the sum of 938 and 841 is 1,779. Next, we need to find the product. Okay. Now when we hear product, Jasmine, what do we have to do with product? When we hear product, what do we have to do?
Because I realized that it's when you don't fit into a group.
Hello, Jasmine. When we hear product, what do we have to do? Go ahead, Jasmine. When we hear product, what do we have to do?
It was here to do it, but also it's pretty free.
Jasmine, when we hear product, what do we have to do? Okay, I'm not hearing from Jasmine. So, Dylan, when we hear product, what must we do?
Like the sum of it.
No, product. Remember, sum is addition. Product is what? Let's go back. So let me go back to the previous slide. So remember,
Product is the answer.
product is product is an answer, but product deals with what? Let's go back to the first slide that we did before this, right? So remember, we said that the difference is subtraction, sum is addition, and product is multiplication. All right, so when we say product, in this case, we are looking for, we have to actually multiply these two numbers, okay? So we're looking for the product. So when we say product, we're gonna multiply them. So the two numbers that we're gonna multiply is gonna be 27 and 65, okay? 27 and 65. So let's do that. Go ahead, I'll Twinique.
So my answer 1755.
Oh, you already multiply them? Okay, 1755, okay. So let's see. So when we multiply these two, we have 7 times 5. What is 7 times 5? That is 35. So we put the 5 down and the 3 above. Next we have 7 times 6. What is 7 times 6? 7 times 6 is
42.
42. Plus 3 is 45. Now we have to put a 0 as a placeholder. And so next we have 2 times 5. What is 2 times 5? That's 10. So we place 0 at the bottom and a 1 above. Okay. So we have 2 times 6. What is 2 times 6? That is 12 plus 1 is 13. So it's, we put the entire 13 there and then we add them. Okay, so 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5 again. 4 plus 3 is 7. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So we get 1,755. All right. Did anyone else get that? 1,755. And you multiply the two. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So 27 times 65 is indeed 1,755. Okay, so what do we do at this point?
Add it.
Say it again.
If we add it,
You said what? Say,
700.
you said Adam? No. They said find the. Deja, what do you think we do at this point?
Just subtract 1,755 from 1,779.
Very good, because they say find the difference, right? Okay, so the black is not a good color to use. Maybe I should use the yellow. So they say find the difference. The difference. Remember we said difference is subtract, right? So they say find the difference between these two. Okay, so we have to subtract these two numbers. Okay, so difference is going to be difference. All right, so that's subtraction. Let me talk about the difference. All right, so we're gonna subtract 1,779 and 1,755. So let's do that. So that's 1,779 minus 1,755. Okay, we know that 9 minus 5 is 4. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 7 minus 7 is 0. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer for this question is 24. Okay, so the difference between the sum of 938 and 841 and the product of 27 and 65 is 24. Okay, any questions on how to do this? Let me know if you have any questions.
No, sir. I have no questions.
Okay, so let's recap. The first thing we did was we found the sum of 938 and 841. We add them because sum means to add. Then the next thing we did was we find the product of 27 and 65. So we multiply those two numbers. Okay. Then they say find the difference between those two. And so when we say difference, we mean subtract. So we subtracted those two numbers. All right. So that is what we have here. So that we're gonna begin with our exercises. So I think that that should be enough. Okay, so let us do another one. So this is exercises. Exercise number 1. And we're looking at mathematical terminology. Okay, So we're looking at mathematical terminology. So I don't like that font at all. It's something that's understandable. So yeah, Vivaldi. Let's go break. Okay, good. All right, so let's do this. Maybe at least 3 of them could work, so you could understand it indeed. All right, so it says, so number 1, find the difference between the sum of 921 and 845 and the product of 26 and 64. No, not 26, 28 and 64. That's the first question, question number 1. Number 2 says find the difference between the sum of 934 and 861 and the product of 23 and 61. And finally find the difference between the sum of 981 and 828 57 and the product of 24 and 63. Okay, so those are your 3. Oh gee, sorry. So those are your 3 exercises. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to complete them, and then we should be finished. And then we're gonna actually go over them together. Okay, so 3 minutes. The timer has begun. All right, that's time. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. So, Deja, can you walk me through number 1?
Okay, so I add 921 plus 845,
Mm-hmm.
and I got 1,766.
Okay, so we add them, we get, sorry, let me, so you're saying that the first thing we must do is add these two numbers. 5 plus 1 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 9 plus 8 is 17. And then, so you get this, 1,766.
That's all.
Okay, good. And then we have, what do you do next?
You multiply 28 by 64.
28 and 64, very good. Because they say find the product. Okay, so we have 28 times 64. Okay, we know 4 times 8 is 32. Put the 2 down. Put the 3 up. 4 times 2 is 6 plus 3. 4 times 2 is 6 plus 3, which is 9. Right? 6 times 8 is, so we put the 0 as a placeholder. 6 times 8 is 48. So we put the 8 down. We put the 4 above. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 16. 1680. Now we must add the 2. So we get 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 8 is 17. Put the 1 above. 6 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, good. Now we have to subtract the 2, right, Deja?
That's so good.
What you got when you subtracted them?
And I did not get that.
28 and
1,772.
okay, where did I go wrong? Because that answer is wrong. Okay, let's do it again.
I do it more than that.
No, yeah, this wrong.
Yeah, I got 1,792.
Me too. Yeah, something is wrong with this. Let's see. Where did I go wrong? Okay, so 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Yeah. 0. 6 times 8 is 48. Put the 8 down. Put the 4 above. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, yeah. Then we have 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 8 is 17. 6 and 1 is 7. It's still getting this. 28 and 64.
I get 1792.
I know. Something is wrong. I can't pick it up. Let me start over.
It's because the 64 times 28 That's how you get 1792.
It okay. Let's flip it around. I mean, but it doesn't matter because multiplication is commutative, so it doesn't matter which one you have. But it's fine. Let's do it this way. So 8 times 4 is 32. Put the 2 down. Put the 3 above. 8 times 6 is 48, 49, 50, 51. Put the 0 down. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 1 is 9. 5 plus 2 is 7. And this is going to be 1. Okay, so it's definitely 1792. I have to do this the other way just to see where I was going wrong. So, because both of them should give us the same answer. 4 times 2 is 32. Put the 2 down. Put the 3 up. 4 times 3 is 8. Oh, 4 times 2 is 8. 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I was doing. Why did I get 9? I probably said 4 times 2 is 6. But 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is 11. 0. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 plus 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 1 is 9. 6 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus, yeah, so 1792. Good. Yeah, okay, so we got that, the same answer both ways. Good. Okay, so after we do that, we have to what? Subtract, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have 1792 minus 1766. Okay, so that'll give us what? That'll be borrowed, that's 12, so that'll become 6. This is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. 0 is a 0, so the answer is what? 26. Anyone got 26 as well?
Yes, I got 26.
Okay, excellent. All right, so the first answer is for the first answer is 26. Good. Then we have find the difference between the sum of 934 and 861. So number 2, we're gonna add them first, and then so we're gonna add 934 and 861. So 934 plus 861. When you added them, what did you get? Anyone want to share what they get when they added them together? Okay, I got 17. I got 1,795. Anyone got that?
Yes,
I
sir.
did.
Okay.
A.
All right. And then now we're gonna multiply. Which two numbers we're gonna multiply, Sierra?
We're going to multiply 23 and 61, which gives us 1,403.
All right. So 3 times 1 is 3. 6 times 3 is
18.
18. Put the 0, bring down the 0. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 6 is 12. All right. Plus. All right. 3 plus 0 is 3. 8 plus 2 is 10. Oh my goodness, sorry, I need to organize that better than that. So we have 1 on the bottom, we have 6 and 2 is 12. Good, so 3, 8 and 2 is 10. 2 and 2 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1. Did you all get the same answer?
Yes.
Okay, so 23 times 61 is 1,403. And then the next thing we have to do what? Subtract, right? So when we subtract, what did you get when you subtract, Sierra?
Okay. I got 392.
392. Okay. So we have, you always put the bigger number on top. Okay, so 5 minus 3 is 2. 9 minus 0 is 9. 7 minus 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, so the answer is 392. All right, so the last one will be number 3. And do it in the corner here. For number 3, first thing we need to do is we need to add, right? So when we add 9, 8, 1, and 5, and 8, 5, 7. Deshaun, have you already added them? What you get? If you already added them already.
Number 3.
Uh-huh.
I get 1,838. That's what I get.
Okay. 8 and 5, we get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. 9 and 1 is 10. 10 and 8 is 18. 7 and 1. That's what you say you got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 981 plus 857 is 1,838. That's correct. So Dylan, what must we do next?
So you have to multiply the 63 and the 24.
Yeah, very good. What did you get? What did you get when you multiply them?
And again, 1,512.
Okay, 63 and 24. We know 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Bring down to 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. So we get, when we add them, 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 5 is 11. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 1,512. What did you say you got, Dylan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we're gonna subtract them. Okay, so when you subtracted them, Jasmine, are you here? Jasmine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you subtract number 3 or you haven't done it yet?
I subtract all.
Okay, what you got for number 3?
326.
326. Okay, so we have 1,838. That's 1,838 minus 1,512. So that means that we have 8 minus 2, which is 5. 3 minus 1, which is 2. 8 minus 5, which is 3. And it's 1 minus 1, which is 0. So the answer for this one is 325. Is that what you got, Jasmine?
I think 8 equal to 6.
8 equal to a 6.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
8
is.
equal to a 6. That's correct. That's correct. Not 5.
I didn't get that. I get 326.
Yeah,
20.
yeah. The last number is wrong. Thank you.
Hold on. Sorry to disturb, but can you go over the division part, please? I mean the multiplication part, please.
Okay, for which one?
Anyone.
Only one? Okay, no
Because
problem. Uh-huh.
for certain stuff, doing multiplication, I getting like different answers. I know if I doing it correctly.
Okay, I understand. All right, no
I
problem.
think she's doing it the long way. Like how you add a 0.
Right, that's maybe why.
Yeah, I add a 0 in every one. If you look carefully, for this one I added a 0. Here I did it as well, and here I did it as well. Okay, I think the easiest thing to do when you're doing it is to put the smallest number first. So say let's do this one. So we're gonna do this one over. So the one with 61 and 23. So we have 61 multiplied by 23. So here we have 3 times 1, which is 3. 3 times 6, which is 18. So the first one The first row is 183. Okay. Then we put a 0 as a placeholder. And we have 2 times 1, which is 2. And 2 times 6, which is 12. Adding them, we get 3 plus 0 is 3. 8 plus 2 is 10. And then 1 plus 1 plus 2. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4. And you bring down the 1. So this is 1,403. Okay, so that's how we do it. We typically put the smaller number at the bottom because that would help with the multiplication. And then afterwards we plus, don't forget the placeholder. Then we add the 2 answers that we got when we multiplied them. Okay, so that's the algorithm for that. Any other questions from anyone? By the way, is that clear, Miss Moxie? Or should I do another one?
Yes, it is. I can understand it now. Thanks.
Okay, sure, no problem.
This is unrelated, but I'm very curious. No one ever told me why you put the 0 there. They just always tell me to put the 0 there.
You want to know why you put a 0 there?
Yeah, like why?
Okay. Well, a thought process is, you know what I mean? You know what I mean when we say algorithm?
Pardon?
You know what I mean when I say algorithm?
Algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Okay. So it's basically a way or a formula essentially that will always give us the correct answer. So this is the algorithm that they give us to find the the product of two numbers by hand. All right. So the only thing I could say to answer your question would be suppose the opposite, right? Suppose you didn't add a 0, okay, and then see what you get. If you don't add a 0, then you would end up adding the 2 and the 3, which then you end up being 5. This end up being 10, and it'll mess everything up, right? So, and then if you would compare your answer with the answer in the calculator, it'll be wrong. Okay, so we put the 0 because if we do not put the 0, the answer will be wrong. Like we end up with a contradiction, right? So we end up with something that doesn't work. So this is like the formula that we have to use to make sure that our answer lines up with what we get in the calculator. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way I'd explain it for now. I don't want to get too technical because it literally is a placeholder when you think about it. We are holding, because now look, like essentially what we are doing, right, is we're multiplying 3 by 61 and 2 by 61. That's basically what we're doing when you really think about it, right? But remember, 2 is in the tens place, 3 is in the ones place, right? So you cannot assume that, like, you have to push it over. You understand? Because this is not in the ones place, right? Right? We,
Yeah, I get it.
you see what I'm saying? We can't line them up, you know, because it wouldn't match up. It wouldn't match up perfectly. So we have to push it over to accommodate, to account for where its place is, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be a mathematician. You need to be a math major so you could really, and if you really want to understand the ins and outs of things. But yeah, it's a pretty slide. I like this. All type working on this, different colors. All right, so that's mathematical terminology. All right, so that's the fundamentals of it. Hopefully y'all understand that pretty well. If there's any questions before I move on to section 2, let me know. before I move on. So let's move on to section 2. Am I audible?
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Um, the next question is one of my favorites. I mean, I don't know if it's favorite, but one that I like. Let's put it like this. Section 2, and they like to bring questions like these. And questions like these is sometimes trip certain students. But section 2, we're gonna look at something called better buy. Okay, better buy. So you're gonna look at two options that they give you. Okay. So two options. They're gonna give you two options, and you're gonna have to figure out which one is the better buy. And when we say better buy, we're not accounting for gas and distance travel and all that. We're just looking at it like the prices, right? Which one is a better buy? Okay. All right. So with this one, let's change the color for design's sake. So see if we can get something orange. Can we get anything orange? Y'all cooperate with us today. I don't know how cooperative they are. It doesn't really make a difference to me. Well, I guess blue would have to do it. That's not too bad. Okay, so now, how many persons in your school y'all have vendors? Like, or y'all have to bring your own food. How does it work at your school? Do y'all have vendors? Sorry, let me share screen again. Hello. So let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get the vendor. I just want the vendor. Like, I ain't trying to be technical there. All right, so let's take this for this vendor. So you have someone better. Okay, good. So let's say you have still Shutterstock. Okay, so yeah, let's say you have this vendor. She look kind, right? Like that smile. All right, so we're gonna call a vendor A. Okay, who doesn't like a vendor who smiles a lot? All right, so this is gonna be vendor A, and she's selling. She's gonna sell us some oranges today. So this is vendor A, and then you're gonna need another vendor. So maybe someone. I saw like an Asian looking lady. She looked nice, smiling as well. Yeah, this one. So now we have a next lady who's also smiling, and you have to make a choice between these two, right? Which one you gonna get, right? Both of them look courteous and kind, and both of them seem genuine. So like, okay, which one do we get? Option A, option B. Okay, so let's look at it. So this is vendor. Okay, better buy. Kind of put y'all in the same size, so we would have no bias. Okay, that's close. Good. All right, so let's check out. So we're gonna label them. So we're gonna call this one vendor A. So vendor A is gonna be this lady, and we can call this one vendor B. Okay, good. All right, good. So Now these ladies are gonna be selling us some oranges, right? So let me put this here. Good. So that's right. This is gonna be our example. Okay. So we have fruit vendor. So copy this down for me, please. Fruit vendor A sells oranges for $7 a dozen. Anyone know what we mean we say a dozen? What is a dozen?
12.
12. Very good. 12. Then we have fruit vendor B sells oranges at 5 for $3. Determine which fruit vendor gives the better buy. Show working to support your answer. Okay, so this is our first example. Okay, so does anyone have an idea? Like, what do you think it is? You think it's vendor A, vendor B? Who do you think it is? Who do you think has the better buy? And if you say so, like, why you pick that? Okay, so anyone you could try, you know. Anyone?
Vendor A.
You think vendor A? Okay. Anyone else? Someone saying vendor A.
Vendor A sounds good, but then when I think about it, right? Vendor A sells a dozen for 7.
Yeah, $7.
Oh, 7. So vendor B sells 5 for 3. So if you get $10, get 10 oranges, that's 6. And then if you get 15, that's 9. So I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Okay, so the trick here is to there's two ways you could do it, but the trick here is to basically try to figure out and I'm kind of battling. I'm kind of battling which way to teach y'all it because just to deal with okay, yeah, I think this is probably the most, this way is, because we're doing it by hand, this way is better, only because we're doing it by hand, but it just requires you to think some more. Okay, so essentially the idea with this one is that you have to first find you have to find a number such that they are equal and then compare them, right? So here the reason why it's hard to determine is because this one is this one is telling us, oh, you get a dozen for 7, and this one is telling us you get 5 for 3. So we're dealing with different numbers. So the best thing for us to do is to say, okay, how much I get for an equal amount. All right, so you have to determine the first find an equal amount between both of them. And once you find that, then once you could find that equal amount for both of them, then you can determine which one is the better buy, because you will know, okay, exactly how much is for an equal amount. So that's one way. This is one option. Okay, so let's try that. So we know that for vendor A, we're counting in 12s, and for vendor B, we're counting in 5s, right? So the question is, we want to find, basically, we're trying to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple of 12 and 5. Okay, that's basically what you're trying to do. Try to find the lowest common multiple of 12 and 5. Okay, so you have 12 and 5, and you're trying to find the lowest common multiple of those two numbers. The question is, what is the lowest common multiple of 12 and 5? What number, the smallest number, that can go into 12, so that 12 can go into and 5 can go into? What is that number? What?
60.
Say it again?
60.
60. That's the closest thing I have in mind, because 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, it's 60, right? So 5 could go into 60, and 12 could go into 60. So there we have our number. So we need to figure out how much I get. So vendor A, we need to figure out how much it is for 60. For 60 of these that oranges that she's selling, and then for vendor B, we need to find out how much it is for 60 of them that she's selling. The reason why we choose 60 is because we need to find a quantity that is equal for both of them. That's the only way we can compare them. All right, they have the exact same number. So let's compare them. If you're trying to get 60, so vendor A, okay, so vendor A, all right, and you're trying to get 60, all right. So how much is for 60? How much is for 60 oranges? For vendor A. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we know that we get what, $7 is for 12, right? And so we need another $7 if we want 12 more, and then we need what, another $7 if we want 12 more. All right, and then we need $7 if we want 12 more. So that's what, 12, 24, 36, 48, and then we need one more again. So this is going to be 12. So how much is for 60 oranges for vendor A? That's going to be what? $7 times what?
5.
Times 5. Which is going to give us what?
35.
35. So $35 is for 60 oranges at vendor A. So the first step is to find the LCM of 12 and 5, which we found out to be 60. The second step is to figure out how much is for 60 oranges for vendor A, and then how much is for 60 oranges for vendor B. So for vendor B, how much is for 60 oranges? So that's gonna be what? $5 times what? Times what?
I thought it's
And for
$3.
the blue right now.
3. Oh yeah, 3 for 5. Okay. So 3 for 5. Okay, so it's gonna be $3 times what? Remember for vendor B, $3 is for 5. Then you need another $3. That's gonna give us 10, isn't it? Then another $3. It's gonna give us 15. Then another $3. That's gonna give us 20. Another $3. That's gonna give us 25. Another $3. That's gonna give us 30. Another $3. That's gonna give us 35. Another $3. That's gonna give us 40. Another $3. That's gonna give us 45. Another $3. That's gonna give us 50. Another $3. That's gonna give us 55. Another $3. That's gonna give us what? 60. So how much times we had to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So it's 3 times 12, which is gonna be what? What is 3 times 12?
I can't really see the blue right here.
You can't see what I'm writing
The blue. Hi, Ryan.
in blue. You mean the green on the blue?
Oh, that's green. They
Okay.
look like blue.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Thanks for telling me no. So I gonna use a different color. All right. Should we write it again so you can see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No problem. Okay, so let me erase this because she can't see what is it in them writing. So what I was asking is what I was asking is for vendor B. Can you see this? Jasmine, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how much is for 60 oranges? All right, that's the question. So we know that if we get $3, we got 5. we're trying to get 60 oranges, so we know we need another $3 to get 10, and another $3 to get 15, another $3 to get 20, another $3 to get 25, another $3 to get 30, another $3 to get 35, another $3 to get 40, another $3 to get 45, another $3 to get 50, another $3 to get 55, and another $3 to get 60. So how much $3 we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's gonna be what? $3 times what? Three times what?
12.
12. Very good. So 3 times 12 is how much? What is 3 times 12? Hello?
Pardon?
What is 3 times 12?
36.
Yes, 36. Okay, good. So for vendor A, you got 60 oranges at $35. For vendor B, you got 60 oranges for $36. So who has the better buy?
Vendor A.
Vendor A. Very good. So the answer is vendor A has the better buy. So the key to answer these questions is that you must find an equal quantity of both. All right? So that you could be able to figure out how much it is for an equal amount of goods. All right? That's very important. So the key to answering these questions is that you must find an equal amount of both. That's the only way you could compare them, because it seems kind of different. I mean, who would think that they only like essentially $1 difference, right? When it comes to 60, right? So definitely for questions like these, you find an equal quantity, and then once you find that equal quantity, then you compare them based on that equal amount that you notice.
What if they're giving you one for free and the next one ain't giving you nothing for free? How do you tell them?
Say it again.
Like what if she was given buy a dozen word orange, get 5 oranges free, but the other person was still selling theirs for $3. Like I saw a couple of those on the Bgcse paper.
Say it again. If what?
Like sometimes they give you free stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
one person will give you something free, and they want you to determine which one is the better one.
Yeah, so essentially, I'll have to see the question to answer it specifically, all right? Because it may require a different technique for that. So if you could send me that question, that'll be good. So we can look at it. But even if they're giving you some for free, you still have to take that into account. It's okay. So if they, let's say, right? So if, for example, they're saying food vendor B 5 oranges for $3, right? So they could have say 2 oranges and 2 oranges for $3 and 3 free, right? For every $2 that you purchase. That's still essentially 5 for $3 when you think about it, right? Even though they say it's free, I mean, it's still as if you're paying for it because you get it for every $2 that you for every 2 oranges that you purchase. So it still works something similar to this. So show me the question and we can look at it for that particular one. But for questions like these, most definitely you want to find equal amounts. All right. First.
Okay. So
Yes.
what if we have an odd number?
What do you have an odd number? What you mean?
Like, what if the question, you see, like how you say lowest common multiple. What if they don't have the same multiples?
Oh, they will always have a lowest common multiple. So let me show you how to get the lowest common multiple, right? Let me show you how we got 60. I think that's very important. I think that's very important to answering these questions. So how exactly we got 60? So that'll help you with answering them every time. So we're trying to find the lowest common multiple. So LCM means lowest common multiple. And every number, no matter what they are, they have lowest common multiple. There has to be a lowest common multiple. There always exists a lowest common multiple between two numbers. Always. You can't find the lowest common multiple. The lowest common multiple, you could always find it by multiplying the two numbers together. I mean, that don't always have to be a lowest common multiple, but it's definitely a multiple. Okay. So for example, in this case, if once we multiply 5 times 12, we'll get 60. That's easy. But the technical way to find the lowest common multiple is this. The first thing you do, you list out the multiples of 5. So we say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Okay. Then we go to 12. 12 is what? 12, 24, 36, times 5, 60, times 6, 72, and so on, right? So clearly we know that the number that they have in common, the lowest number that they have in common, is going to be 60. My apologies. Let me do it properly. Not that. So this right there, and this, and this. Good. So therefore, the lowest common multiple is 60. Of 5 and 12 is 60. Okay. You understand how to do it now, Miss Moxie?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. There's also an easy way too, because you don't need it don't have to be the lowest common multiple. Once it's a multiple, so a trick could be all you need to do is multiply the two numbers and you'll get a multiple. Remember, it don't have to be the lowest, right? It don't have to be the lowest for these questions. So so we know that we have oranges that sells 5 for 3, so we know we're dealing with 5, and we know we're dealing with a dozen, so we know we're dealing with 12. So just multiply 5 and 12 together. And 5 times 12 is 60. So you got a number that you could use that they are equal in amount. And then once you find that, then you could you can extend it for different ones. Okay. So once you find that, then you could figure out,
Oh,
okay,
that's how you get the 12 from. Because dozen.
yeah, dozen is 12, yeah. Yeah. So dozen is 12, that's where we get the 12 from. Very good question. Okay, so let's do another example together, because I feel like a question like this deserves another example. So incidentally, our black smiley lady has the cheaper price. Okay, so yeah, so be careful of those smiles. They could be running into you into prices that you might not want. Might not want. Okay, so example number 2. Example, sorry. Sorry. So you're still looking at better buy. So let me send it this. Okay, good. So we have 2 vendors again. So we have opportunity to choose 2 vendors. We actually want fruit vendors, so we could keep it with fruit vendors. Let's see if they give us. No. So we could try these people and see what they're saying. Maybe they are good buyers that we can, sorry, sellers rather, that probably we could trust. See if they given us a better buy. So we're gonna try this guy, these persons, because it's hard to distinguish the genders here behind those hats. And alright, we're gonna trust this lady. Let's see what she's saying. I don't know. I don't know about that, but let's see. Maybe him. No, I don't want him. I guess we could choose. Let's see this person. Yeah, this fruit's not ain't too bad. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's get the gentleman. Ooh, these some nice grapes. Wow. Wow. Don't they look good? Um, they look good to me, so anyway. Grapes on the vine. Okay, good. So vendor A and vendor B. Okay, so come over here, vendor B. Good. Good. So we trying to figure out which one is the better buy between these two vendors. Let me make it a little bit smaller so we have space to write. You know, which one have the better price? And we can choose. So this is vendor A right here, and this guy right there is vendor B. Okay, so good. All right, so okay, so let's answer the question. So fruit vendor A say sells, instead of oranges, let's whichever say sells avocados. Anyone taking advantage of the avocado season that we're in? Anyone? Don't be shy. If you know you eat avocado this season, give me a shout out. No one? No one eat no avocado in the season? Wow.
Me, fair.
Yeah, pear. Yeah.
I have.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, good. Okay. So Deja, you don't eat avocado?
I mean, I do, but I got one and I let it overripe, so I had to throw it away.
Aw. All right.
Who doesn't eat avocado? Come on.
That's a given. That's like avocado and rice. That's staple. That's a staple.
Avocado and what? What?
Rice. You never had it before?
Elizabeth D, are you okay?
Oh my
What?
goodness. You never had avocado? Avocado and rice, avocado and bread.
Avocado and rice? That don't even sound right.
No,
Nah.
what? So
I thought
you
I
never
can
had?
go.
Yes, that's regular.
I,
You have your meat and you have your rice and you have avocado as a side. Wow.
oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. Because I was about to say just avocado and rice. What?
Oh no, 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 no. Well, that's vegan, so you know. I but for those who
Yeah. We got you, miss. We got you.
so so food vendor A sells avocados for let's say he sells it for let's say $5. We want to make it close, so let's say $8 per a dozen. While fruit vendor B sells the avocados at let's say seven for $3. Okay, determine which fruit vendor gives the better buy. Show working to support your answer. Okay, good. All right, so let's consider this question. So fruit vendor A they're selling their one for $8 a dozen. Remember, a dozen is 12. And Fruit Vendor B is selling their avocados for seven avocados for $3. Right? Which one gives the better buy? Now, this one is definitely easier than the first one. So I'm gonna give you opportunity to try it. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, so remember the first thing that we need to do is find um the lowest common multiple, at least a multiple of 7, and what else? And what else? 7 and
12.
12. Okay, so what y'all get for the lowest common multiple of 7 and 12? Anyone? Why y'all so shy today?
I got
Go ahead.
84.
84. Okay. So we know we have 12, then we have 24, then we have 36, then we have, I mean, truthfully, we don't have to go through all this, you know. I mean, for this type of question, I mean, just the way it's set up, all we need to know is, all we really need to do is to multiply 7 and 12, okay, because that'll be the lowest common multiple in this case. So 7 times 12 is definitely, what, 84? So that's the multiple that we'll be considering, okay, 7 times 12. But if we want to do it, go ahead.
So why we just don't do 8 times 12?
No, you can't do 8 times 12 because remember, you're not looking at how much they sell it for. That's not the number you're looking at. You're looking at how much they give you, right? So you're looking at the dozen and you're looking at the 7. You're looking at the 8 and the 3. That's how much it costs. Don't worry about those numbers. Okay? You understand that, Albanique?
It's $56 for
Yes,
vendor.
Okay, so for vendor A, okay, I think I heard the answer already, but for vendor A, we're trying to figure out how much is for how much much is 484 avocados? All right. So how are we gonna do it? We know that for the vendor A, it's got what, $8 for what, 12, right? So how much is gonna be for 84? It's gonna be what? We know $8 for 12, so how much for 84? It's gonna be what? 8 times what?
7.
8 times 7. Very good. 8 times 7. Because we're gonna have the first $8 we give them, we get 12. The second $8 that we give them, we get 24. The next sorry, the first $8 we give them, we get 12. The second $8 we give them, we get 24. The third $8 we give them, we get 36. The fourth $8 that we give them, we get 48. The fifth $8 that we give them, we get 60. The sixth $8 that we give them, we get 72. The seventh $8 that we give them, we get 84. So it's 8 times 7, which is 56. So it's cost $56 for vendor A. Okay, next one. So for $84, sorry, 84, if you want 84 avocados, you gotta pay $56. Now for vendor B. We're asking the same question. How much is for 84 avocados? So how much is for 84 avocados? Okay, so for this one, how are we gonna do it?
Three times 12 is 36.
3 times 12. So we know that we got she's selling them for $3, and for each $3 that we give her, she can give us 7. Okay, 7 avocados. So the first $3 that we give her, she's gonna give us 7 avocados, but we want 84. So we give her an extra $3. That's gonna give us what? That's what, 14. An extra $3. That's what, 21. We give her an extra $3. That's going to be 28. We give an extra $3. That's going to be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 35. An extra $3. That's going to be, basically we got to give her 12 $3, right? Because that's how much. If we continue this process, it's gonna, in order to get 84 avocados, we need to give her 12 $3. Okay, so it's 3 times 12, which is gonna be 36. Wow. So vendor B is actually the better buy by a mile and ton. So this one is 50. So for vendor A, it's 56. And for vendor B, it is 36. So the correct answer here is that, but I can't really write that in. I can't write that in red because red is not the better buy. Sorry, red. So answer is vendor B. That's the better buy. Okay, any questions on this? Better buy.
We can have one more
One more example or exercise? Because,
exercise.
yeah, man, I definitely gonna give you exercise now. You know that. Oh, wow, it's 7:48. Whoa. How is it 7:48?
I'm gone so fast.
Yeah, yeah. Time going so fast, man. When you're thinking and talking about food, time is gonna go really fast. You know how that one go. Ah. Okay, so all right, so we really only have time to do another one. So this is gonna be our exercise for today. Man, I was thinking of giving y'all at least three, but time would not allow that. So someone mic is on. Okay, good. All right, so let's do this one. Let's change the color to this green. See how that works. Exercises now. Well, you only have one exercise, so exercise numero. How you say two in Spanish?
Those.
Dos, yes, dos, yeah, that, whatever he said. All right, so better buy. So we're gonna end off with this question. It's gonna be our last question, and we're gonna move over to the English side of town. I like this. It's not bad. I really wanted something nice and swervy though. But all the swervy ones look so bad. Okay, let's see. How about this? Not too bad. Nope, definitely not. Okay, well, gotta work with it. Okay, I guess I gotta work with y'all. Better buy. Good. Okay, so exercise number 2. Better buy. Good. Um, yes, we gotta get our vendors. So fruit vendors, or we could say fruit stall, because I don't know if they understand what you're trying to say. I just want fruit stalls. Let's see what they doing. Oh, okay. Okay, so not bad at all. So this one looked pretty, but it has all type things on it. So let's see. So we're gonna no, no. So we're gonna try. Ooh, nice. So we're gonna try this fruit stall, and it's interesting fruits. Let me use this time to make a recommendation for fruits. You know, fruits are excellent for you. So if you haven't been getting your fruits in, make sure you get your fruits in instead of all of those other things. Okay, so fruits vendor A. So that's vendor A, and let's see who's gonna be vendor B. Okay, vendor B is gonna have their little vegetables on the side as well, but they have fruits, I guess. All right, all right, good. So we have vendor A and vendor B. Who is it going to be, right? Is it vendor A or vendor B? Who's gonna have a cheaper price today? All right. So fruit vendor A sells oranges was for $6 a dozen. We know a dozen means 12. Fruit vendor B sells. Oh, I said oranges. No, not oranges. Sorry, not oranges. Apples. I'm sorry. So food vendor A sells
So
apples.
glad I didn't write that.
I know, right? Sorry. Food vendor B sells the apples. Sorry. At five for $4. Determine which fruit vendor gives the better buy. Show working. To support your answer. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to try that on your own, and then we're gonna do it together. All right, so let me put the timer on. The timer has begun. Oh, I didn't put the actual thing here. Fruit vendor A, fruit vendor B. So vendor A and of course is going to be vendor B. All right, that's time. So, all right. Anyone have any answers for me? Okay, so let me help you out. Ciara Denton.
Yes, sir.
What you get for vendor A? How much?
30.
30. How much? What was your lowest common multiple?
60.
60. Very good. Okay. So notice that we're looking at a dozen, which is 12, and 5, which is well 5. And we're trying to find the lowest common multiple of 5 and 12. We do not concern ourselves with the money, okay, just with the amount that they have. So 12 and 5, we know the LCM of them is going to be 60 because that's the lowest common multiple, and we could find that just by what, multiplying 12 and 5. So for vendor A, we know that, well, we're trying to figure out how much apples, how much does 60 apples cost? That's what we're trying to find. So how much does 60 apples cost with vendor A? Okay, so that's the question. And so we know that it's going to cost, well, $6 times, well, times 5, because, well, we know if we get, if we give us $6, we get 12. If we get another $6, we get 24. Even another $6, we get 36. Another $6, we get 48. And the fifth $6 that we give her, we get 60. So 6 times 5, which is 30. So very good, Kiara, it's 30. Okay, Jasmine, what you get for vendor B? Jasmine, are you there?
I
Okay,
only do the A piece because I didn't understand the B.
okay, you didn't understand B. Okay, yikes, that's not good. Did anyone do vendor B? I'm trying to figure out how much does.
I did.
Oh,
Say it again, I can barely hear you.
it's 4 times 12.
4 times 12.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what you get. That's correct.
48.
Okay, so Jasmine, let me help you to understand. So we're trying to figure out how much does 60 apples cost at vendor B. Okay. We're trying to figure out. And we know that if we have $4, Jasmine, how much apples we gonna get for $4?
5,
How much apples we gonna get for $4 for vendor B?
5 apples.
Good. If we give her another $4, how much we gonna get?
5 apples.
Okay, all together, 5 plus 5 is what?
10.
Good. If we give her another 4 apples, how much we gonna get? I mean, sorry, give her another $4. How much apples we gonna get?
50.
15, good. Another $4. How much apples we gonna get?
20.
Good. Another 4 apples. How much? How much? Another $4. How much?
25.
Good. Another 4.
30.
Good. Another 4.
35.
Mm-hmm. Another 4.
40.
Mm-hmm. Another 4.
45.
Mm-hmm. Another 4.
50.
Mm-hmm. Another $4.
55.
Mm-hmm. Another 4.
And 60.
60. Good. So how much $4 we give her all together?
4 times 12.
Good. 12. 4 times 12. Okay. What is 4 times 12?
48.
48. Good. Good. So Ciara, which one is the better buy?
It's vendor A.
Excellent. So vendor A gives us the better buy. Okay. Oopsie, sorry, let me decrease that. All right. All right, so that brings us to the end. So what we were able to do today, which I'm pleased of, we were able to look at fundamental mathematical terminology. So let me go back. Just a quick review on what we did today. Yeah, we looked over. So section 1 was basically looking at how do we apply fundamental mathematical terminology like difference, sum, and product. And we looked at several questions on, finding the difference between the sum and the product of two numbers. We did several exercises on that. And then we went to better buy, looking at the different options that we have. So if we have a vendor A and then vendor B, how are we going to approach this question? And we saw that the idea with approaching these questions is you have to find the lowest common multiple. You have to find an equal amount that you can compare the two with. All right. Once you find that equal amount, like for example, this number 2, and then finally this exercise, once you find that equal amount that you could use to compare them, then you look at the prices, okay? Because the prices might look different or it might seem confusing because you don't have the exact or the equal number to actually compare them with or compare them to. All right, so then there's that. So you have to, in looking at questions like these, you have to ensure that you make sure that you get that equal amount and compare the prices based on that equal amount that you want to find for both. And the reason why we use the lowest common multiple is because 60 is a part of the 5 timetables and 60 is also a part of the 12 timetables. So that means that we will find a round number or a whole number to be able to give a clear comparison between the two. And that's how we deal with questions with better buy. We find an equal amount and determine the prices for that equal amount. Okay. So next thing that we're going to do is we are going to transition over to English. All right. And as we transition over to English, I'm going to ask you several questions and then we're going to get into the meat of the matter. So beginning with Albernique. So once I give you the word, just tell me its opposite. Okay. And then after that, we are going to actually dive into what we have to do today with this class. So Albernique. Okay, Albernique. Are you ready, Albernique?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, give me the opposite of, well, let's look at, yeah, give me the opposite of past.
Present.
Present, very good. Altwinique, right? Altwinique. Give me the opposite of, I'm sorry. Give me the opposite of peace. Give me the opposite of peace.
Not
Say it again.
angry,
Angry, close.
not peace,
Not peace, but I just want one word. If the country is at peace, then that means that it's not a part of any war. Okay, so the opposite of peace is war. Okay, next person would be who's next on the list? Miss Moxie. Give me the opposite of permanent. The opposite of permanent.
Um,
Say it again.
hold on, hold on. I think in
Yeah, no problem. That's fine.
hello.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, you can hear me.
Okay, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. What you said?
I don't know the opposite of permanent. Permanent, you mean as in like
Like,
on a permanent job?
yeah, something so if something is permanent, that means that it does not change, right?
Non-permanent or
Close. Uh-huh.
short term or something?
Short term could work. Yeah. I was hoping for Deja. You want to help her with the opposite of permanent?
Pardon?
The opposite of permanent,
Temporary.
temporary. Yeah, something that changes. Okay, that's the opposite of permanent.
Okay.
It's not fixed. Right? Like she said, short term could work or temporary. That's the word I was looking for. Temporary. Okay, thank you for that. All right, who's next on the list? Yara Linton. You ready for your word?
Yes, sir.
I want you to tell me what's the opposite of plentiful. Plentiful. The opposite of plentiful.
Plentiful.
Yes.
Little bit. Minimal.
Stingy.
Sufficient. 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 See?
Scarce. Scarce.
Singular.
Yes, that's all. Poetry. Oh Lord. Ah, what they call it? Oh, poetry. Okay, poetry rhymes, or I don't know. Would it be? I don't want to say monologue. Could it be a monologue or free verse, or not free verse? Instead of poetry, monologue or writing instead of poetry. Um,
Composition.
that was far, far in my head. Yeah, but I think I've heard it from literature.
Impolite. Wait, hold on. Like, let me think before I say something else.
Rude.
Impolite, yeah. Impolite, rude.
Rich. Miss Moxie.
Well,
Oh,
Weak. Yes. Public.
Ugly.
Phil.
Girl.
Refuse.
Ask.
Pessimistic.
What was that? What is the answer? Pessimistic. First class. Oh, first on. You say second on? First on.
No.
Second.
By adding a nearby sentence. I'm back.
No.
Okay. Instead of putting a period place to 5, you can put a comma. Yeah.
By removing the comma and lowercase in the who, the W. Yes. Right. Thereby.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
My phone isn't working, so I can't take a picture of it. I can't take it on my laptop. So I'm waiting for my tablet to charge so I can take pictures. And I'll have to send it to you through your email. Your voice broke up. Okay.